Right. So it's 6:27, everyone.
Hello there. I love fiddle and between the same time. But that works? Yeah, it does work. Got nerves, but it's not quite the same fiddling power.
When I was in Stanford,
Yeah.
So we're like really,
I got this.
Well,
it's time, actually.
well,
I know.
So we
I
need,
love it.
hurry up.
And it's from a mind that was like right near.
No, honey, we're waiting, but normally we start at like 6:25, and it's 6:27. People are kind of waiting online, and
the guy told me that he's from New York. He got it at
Mindy.
the Powderhorn Art Kid. I've never seen him back. Similar artwork that he did years ago. So your parents.
but you all are doing the welcome, so. No, but usually we do some nigun, something starting and kind of easing in. But we usually start early. Can you signal? Yeah, you should get it. Oh, here she is. Oh, yeah.
I love Schuler's.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that I know. Does I moved a chair over here? Would you prefer to sit closer to the stairs?
With your guitar, you want to check it out? Because I can switch mine.
How are you?
How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm happy to see you, and I was so glad to get you.
Thank you. Well, I had fun riding.
Good.
So Jess, last week I looked at the colors of your wheelchair and I'm like, oh, get it now.
Ya la la ya la ya la 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 ya la la. you're here in the sanctuary on 50th Street. Oh, I'm going to mute my computer. I'm singing back to myself. I'm going to invite us to embody the circle. Don't be afraid of sitting behind someone who is also in the circle, because we are committed to decentralizing our gaze. We will look all around. What we want to start embracing and opening to again is the feeling of all of our voices, creating a container in space. So I'm going to invite us, if it feels possible and you feel like coming to sit a little closer over here or come and fill in over here, let's start feeling like we're building a circle all together. And as you feel people building in behind you, be like, hey, come sit up close. Shir Tikva, we sit up close, right? Which is to say, if you feel like you want to be COVID distance, please also do that. But let's embrace the feeling of circle in our space. Let's sing. Ya la 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 ya la ya la ya la 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 la. Ya la la ya la ya la ya la 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 la. Ya la la ya la ya la ya la ya la la. Ya la la ya la ya la ya la ya la la la. Oh, ya la la la. Oh, ya la 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 la. Ya la la la. Oh, la la. Ya la la la. Oh, la 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 la. Ya la la la. Oh, Shabbat Shalom, dear ones. Welcome to Shir Tikva on this day. Welcome to you here in our Zoom sanctuary and on YouTube, and welcome to you sitting here on unceded Dakota land on 50th Street. My name is Rabbi Ariel. I have light skin and long curly hair, and I'm smiling so big. Because this is not any ordinary Shabbos. It's not an ordinary Shabbos, because I'm so grateful to be leading with Rachel Lipkin and Mindy Benowitz, and to be welcoming into our sanctuary the one, the only, the long-awaited Rabbi Joey Glick.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Ariel. And thanks everyone else so much for welcoming me. My name is Joey Glick. I also have light skin, glasses, long curly hair, up in a ponytail tonight. And I probably look about 3 parts ecstatic and 1 part incredibly nervous tonight. I felt so totally embraced by this community, by its warmth, by the joy and the care that everyone has shown me. And I cannot wait to return the favor and reflect back to you all the kindness and consideration that you've given me tonight.
Welcome, Joey. Welcome, Rabbi. So good, so wonderful. So this year we've begun nearly every service since April spontaneously saying Shehechianu. As we've been welcoming people back into the sanctuary after COVID or to Shir Tikva for the very first time. And this Shehechianu blessing is our companion in noticing when something new is taking place. The blessing originates from a shorter phrase, Baruch Shehigianu Lazman Hazeh, a phrase of gratitude that means thank you for allowing us to reach this moment. And when the formula for blessings was canonized around the time of the destruction of the Second Temple, that 4-word phrase was expanded into our familiar 12-word phrase. So as Rabbi Joey leads his first service as a rabbi here at Shir Tikva, and as we welcome each of you into our diasporic sanctuary, I want to invite us to dwell for a moment in what it is that Shehechianu, that our blessing, is asking us to notice. We bless the source of life, who has Shehechianu, who has given us life. V'kiyamanu, who has sustained us. V'higianu lazman hazeh, and brought us to this moment. And so as we bless tonight, I'm going to invite us to take a breath that grounds us in our life. Shehechianu. And let's take a moment to draw to our hearts what or who has nourished us, inspired us, and kept us oriented. V'kiyamanu. And then let's really feel the journey that each of us has been on. Maybe this week, maybe today, maybe for the last 6 weeks. All the movement, all the love, all the belief, all the struggle that has enabled us to arrive in this moment. This moment. V'higiyanu lazman hazeh. So Rabbi Joey, we are so glad to have you here and cannot wait to dig in with you. I'm going to invite us just to indicate if you are here at the Shir Tikva Sanctuary for the very first time, whether on Zoom or in person, can you just raise your hand so we can welcome you? Welcome, 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 yay! And if you are here returning to the sanctuary for the first time since we went remote in COVID, do you want to raise your hand? Welcome back. So grounded in all of these new beginnings. And I'm just going to ask if there's anyone here who is celebrating a new moment in your life, who's like, yeah, something big has happened this week. Let's also look around and we can check in later tonight. There's a lot of Shehechianu energy in this space. So let us please turn to page 344, or number 1 in our online Siddur, as we bless. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
I've spent a lot of the last few months thinking about exactly this moment. The moment when I have the immense privilege of entering Shabbat for the first time as you all's assistant rabbi. Being here now brings up all sorts of memories of other moments, 1,000 other times of lighting candles, the ritual in my family of origin of my sister playing with the hot wax of the Shabbos candle as my parents swat her hand away. The 2 years of watching the Shabbos flames with my COVID pod, a time together that we would refer to as Shabbat. There's a mystical teaching that the Shabbos candles are an or haganuz, a hidden light, a kind of portal that connects us to everything that's come before us and allows us to see into everything that is yet to come. As we bring in Shabbat together with the lighting of the candles on page 2 in Mishkan Tefillah and 1 in the online Siddur, I invite us to see in these flames all our memories of gathering with loved ones around Shabbat candles and menorahs and or campfires and birthday cakes. All those moments when life and love and grandma's creaky voice and a baby crying harmonized to bring us towards the holy. Let's light together. That's the Yeshakah getting the microphone. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Shabbat Shalom.
So it's my joy to invite beloveds to join us here in the middle of the circle. Come on down, Leah and Jason. Leah and Jason are getting married a week from this Sunday, and we are so lucky to get to celebrate them tonight. Do you have, I want to listen in the room, is there a crackle of Sour Patch Kids? Oh, that's the sound of blessings. And perhaps if you need Sour Patch Kids to throw at our beloveds gently and with love in just a moment, there's a basket in the back, and perhaps someone can go get it and help other folks get the Sour Patch Kids that are needed. Hi, you two. Nothing says love like Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kinder.
Oh, amazing. So, Leah and Jason. Rainer Maria Rilke wrote in Letters to a Young Poet, "The point of marriage is not to create a quick commonality by tearing down all boundaries. On the contrary, a good marriage is one in which each partner appoints the other to be the guardian of their solitude, and thus they show each other the greatest possible trust. A merging of two people is an impossibility, and where it seems to exist, it is a hemming in, a mutual consent that robs one party or both parties of their fullest freedom and development. But once the realization is accepted that even between the closest people, infinite distances exist, a marvelous living side by side can grow up for them, if they succeed in loving the expanse between them, which gives them the possibility of always seeing each other as a whole and before an immense sky." So Jason and Leah, Micha and Leah, as you approach your chuppah next week, I want to bless you with this kind of side-by-sideness which you are so beautifully embodying right now. May you each cultivate your crafts and hone your curiosities, choose how to show up and ground into your home, accompanied so well, so tenderly by the other. May you, through your loving support and presence, offer the other delicious invitation to be yourselves in your fullness, in your growing, in your truth. May you surprise each other, may you delight in each other, and may you grow together and grow deep in yourselves. So let's sing, community, our song of celebration. And if you're on Zoom, I hope you're singing too. And let us loft our blessings and wishes for goodness and love as we sing Simin Tova, Mazel Tova, Mazel Tova, Simin Tov, Simin Tova, Mazel Tova, Mazel Tova, Simin Tov, Simin Tova, Mazel Tova, Mazel Tova, Simin Tov, Yelanu, 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 Ulecho Yisrael, Yelanu, Yelanu, Ulecho Yisrael. A late coming blessing. May the blessings keep arriving. Never stop falling like sweet fish from the sky on both of your heads. Mazal tov. And if you want to take some Swedish fish for your journey, feel free. If anyone else would like a sweet treat, here they are. All right, so let's raise our voices in song, dear ones, as we enter Kabbalat Shabbat, as we prepare to receive Shabbat, page 12, number 3 in our online Siddur.
Lechu Neranena Ladonai Nahariya Litzuyishenu Nikadima Fana
sing a new song together. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, page 13, number 4. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru Miyom Leyom, Yeshuato. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru Miyom Leyom, Yeshuato. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru Miyom Leyom, Yeshuato. Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru Miyom Leyom, Yeshuato. I imagine there are folks in this community that had tangly weeks that got us all caught up. And I'm just going to invite us as we sing Ana Bechoach to find those places that are stuck, those places that are resisting Shabbat, and just sing tenderly to those places in our hearts, in our bodies. Let those tangles receive, God willing, may those tangles receive our songs and just unfurl. Ana Bechoach is found in our indigo sheets. Number 5 in our online Siddur. Ana Bechoach, Gedulat Yemicha, Tatir Serura, Tatir Serura, Kabel Rinat, Rinat Amcha, Saveinu, Tareinu, Nora. Ana Bechoach,
Tatir Sarura, Tatir Sarura, Kabel Rinat, Rinat Amcha, Sagveinu, Tahareinu,
Shall we welcome Shabbat? We'll sing L'chad Odi, which is found on page 20, or number 6 in the online Siddur. And as has become our custom, if you're at home, I invite you to throw open your door or your window, sing your neighbors a serenade, and anyone who wishes can join us on our 50th Street dance party at the 9th verse. And no matter where you are, you're invited to rise in body and spirit as we greet Shabbat when we come to the 9th verse.
L'chad Odi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Kabbalat. L'chad Odi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Kabbalat. Shamor v'sachor v'digur echad. Ishne Gotta get the right note. Oh my gosh. Oh no.
You got it. Play through the.
I gotta do
We'll
it.
get there.
That's right. Oh well.
It's okay.
I'm losing it.
Do you want me to take one?
We'll just do it. Likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela
Velo tivoshi velo tikami matishtochachi umatemi bach yachazu ani ami venivneta ir al tila o lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela o lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela והיהודים שיסה שוסייך ורחקו כל מבלייך יסיס עלייך אלוהייך כמסוס חתן על כלת אולך דודי לקראת כלה penei Shabbat nekabela o lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela yaminu smol tifrotzi ve'et Adonai taritzi al yarish ben parsi venislecha venagila o lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela o lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha uv'tola toch emunei am segula boi chala o lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela o lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Malachei Shalom. Oh, lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela o lecha dodi
key, any key. Every Shabbat is new, right? That's right. I don't phone it in.
Shalom.
Thank you,
Welcome,
Rabbi.
welcome, welcome. Oh, yeah. Let's sing. We're going to sing this verse from Psalm 93, page 23. It is 6 lines from the bottom of page 23 if you're in Mishkan Tefillah, or number 7 in your online Siddur. You may be seated. Mikolot Mayim Ravim Adirim Mishpereyam Mikolot Mayim Ravim Adirim Mishpereyam Adir Bamarom Adonai Adir Bamarom Adonai Adir Bamarom Adonai Adir Bamarom Adonai Mikolot Mayim Rabim Adirim Mishpereyam Mikolot Mayim Rabim Adirim Mishpereyam Adir Bamarom Adonai Adir Bamarom Adonai Adir Bamarom Adonai Adir Bamarom Adonai. We'll take these next 4 minutes to greet each other in analog space, in digital space. Oh, you thought I would miss the chance to say hello to each other? Not a chance. So you're invited, and I'm really going to invite us. I know it can be a little nerve-wracking to say hi to people we don't know, but this is one big minyan, and so I'm going to invite us, please, to, if it feels possible, reach across the sense of shared experience and just say hi. Welcome each other to space and enjoy your breakout rooms, and we'll see each other back in 4 minutes.
Coming on to say Shabbat Shalom. And you might not know this old beautiful Zoom room, but where it says Eileen and Martha, that's my mom and my bubby. And my bubby is celebrating her 94th birthday, Hanahoret, tomorrow. you have a beautiful birthday girl in the breakout or in the main spaces right now. It's so wonderful to see you, Roseanne. It's so good to see you here. It was wonderful to see you in bed. Hold on, I turn my sleeve so now I can hear you. I love your voice. Thank you.
See, and proof, like Lafado D, it's like, okay, what key am I in tonight? You know?
Yeah, you never know. People adapt.
Yeah.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
You guys sound very well.
Thank you. Hi. Shabbat shalom.
Guitar?
Yeah, this is my new guitar. Behind the mask.
I thought your guitar was red.
This is my new emerald.
So you do have a red one?
No. Well, I just have no. This is the only carbon fiber one I have.
Okay, I must have in my head stored it as red.
The Martin is mahogany. So yeah. But I know they come in red. You can get whatever you want. Isn't this cool how little it is? It really is nice. 3.85 pounds.
Do you remember you played it for me when I went to buy that fabric from your neighbor?
Oh. Yeah. I told them how much you liked the
Was bound to happen. We rise in body or spirit on page 28 for the Barhu, page 8 on the Zoom screen. You can be seated. We turn to page 37 or 10 in our online Siddur on the left side of the page in English. Oh my gosh, skipped a box. We turn to page 34. If it's your tradition to stand, feel free to stand for the Shema on page 34.
It's all good. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
You can be seated. We turn to page 37 and page 10 in the online Siddur.
Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gates. They are reminders to do all my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Adonai Elohechem.
We turn to page 40 or page 11 on the online Siddur for Micha Mocha.
Yai lai lai la lai la 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 yai lai lai la lai la 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 yai lai lai la lai la 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 yai la lai lai ya la 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 la. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, micha mocha le'elah b'kodesh, nora tehilo seifele, nora tehilo seifele. Malchutecha rahu
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
God gives us a little blessing of peace this week. In the Torah portion, God promises a brit shalom, a promise of peace to a leader named Pinchas. But there's something a little bit troubling about this shalom, about this peace. People who are typography nerds are going to love this. The cholam, the O letter in shalom, everywhere else in the Torah is written as a vertical line. But here, for whatever reason, this shalom has a cholam that is bisected. It's two little dashes on top of each other. Traditional commentators understand this letter and the larger shalom in our Torah portion this week as being broken. Each year when we come to this passage, I find myself frustrated, asking, why can't we have a whole and strong and shiny new piece instead of this flimsy, broken shalom? In darker moments, I find myself asking why God doesn't give us some nice stuff. This year, something about the hot summer filled with so much political and cultural brokenness is nudging me in a different direction. What if that little letter in peace isn't so much broken, but porous, not flimsy, but pliant? Maybe in this time of trouble, we do not need God's promise of a perfect future. Instead, we need Torah's assurance that Spirit will find us through the cracks, that we will reach out to each other from our broken places and build resilient up from the shards up. We'll sing into this porous peace on page 42 in Mishkan Tefillah and page 12 in our online Siddur.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha v'taknenu b'etzah tova milfanecha ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha v'taknenu b'etzah tova milfanecha Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha v'taknenu b'etzah tova milfanecha.
We continue with Veshamru on page 44 in Mishkan Tefillah and 13 on our online Siddur. If it's your tradition to stand, feel free to rise and body your spirit.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We continue with a practice of here that I'm just learning and loving, of pausing for a moment and everyone simultaneously with their voices in the chat box calling out a word of gratitude from this past week. Arrival.
Shabbat.
With all the gratitudes spoken and all the gratitudes that are worming their way through our lives silently and secretly, we rise on page 46 in Mishkan Tefillah and 14 online for the beginning words of the Amidah. Then we'll have some time in quiet before being called back together in song. Adonai sefatatitzach fi tefillah. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru amen. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei Oseh shalom bimromah hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru amen. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel.
We'll take a moment to pray for folks in our community that are in need of healing. I invite the folks who are on Zoom or on the live stream to chat into the box any people that you're wanting to pray for or to bring to the community's mind tonight. I'll look around the room and invite folks, if you'd like to speak out the names of anyone that you're thinking of, feel free to speak over each other. It will harmonize with our prayers. Devora Batfe Vamex. All the names typed into our chat, all the names silently on our heart.
Elna Refanala Elna Refanala Elna Refanala Elna Refanala. When the world is sick, can't no one be well? Well, I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. When the world is sick, can't no one be well? Well, I dreamt
Shabbat Shalom. It's my joy to get to teach a little Torah in honor of Rabbi Joey's coming and in honor of our community opening to this next moment in our communal life. Yasher koach. Yasher koach. Woo! So in this week's Parsha, in Parshat Pinchas, nested amidst zealous violence and feminist advocacy is a meditation on leadership and chains of transmission. Our Parsha explores the question of Moshe's successor, noticing that Moshe's children did not inherit their father's position, nor were they, like Aaron's children who became the priests who served in the temple, granted any designated role in Israelite community. Moshe prays for clarity regarding his successor, wondering on behalf of the Israelites who may go out before them and who may go in before them, who may lead them out and who may lead them in. Midrash recognizes that Moshe begins to pray immediately following an exploration of laws of inheritance. As the rabbis write, since the daughters of Tzolofchad inherited from their father, Moshe says, now is the time to make my claims. If those kids are going to inherit, then it's only right that my sons inherit my glory. But God says no. It's Joshua who attended to Moshe and honored him. Joshua who focused on learning from Moshe. And through Joshua's labors, says God in the rabbi's imaginations, Joshua earns his place. So in our Parsha, God commands Moshe to take Joshua and to lay his hands on him and bring him before Eliezer the priest and before all of the congregation and give him a mandate, give him a charge, and invest Joshua with some of Moshe's authority, some of his honor. So imagine this experience from Joshua's perspective. After serving a teacher and learning from them, he's reached a moment when his teacher recognizes him before the whole community, blessing him and transmitting to him support. What does that kind of transmission make possible? Imagine. What kind of action or imagination would open up for you receiving that kind of transmission? Now imagine this experience from Moshe's perspective. Grounding in his experience, he's opening with generosity. Rashi imagines that Moshe made Joshua as a vessel full to the brim and heaped up. So Moshe filled Joshua with a generous heaping of wisdom. What an amazing phrase, a generous heaping of wisdom. Have you been a teacher like this in your life? Have you offered what you have to the next generation, trusting that they will take what you have given them and manifest it in new and unexpected ways? Now imagine being in the community, witnessing this transmission happen. Be honest, would you have felt jealous? Relieved? Inspired? What learning would you have wanted to undertake? What intergenerational mentorship would you have sought out witnessing that? Bamidbar Rabbah imagines this transmission using two similes. They read the phrase "V'samachta et yadcha alav," and you lay your hand upon him, as a transmission like one who kindles one lamp from another. So let's imagine one candle kindling another. And they read the phrase "V'natata mehodcha al elav," and put your honor upon him, as a transmission like one who empties the contents of one container into another, one beautiful pouring. So these images are both powerful, but they signify different kinds of transmission. Kindling a lamp from another grows the light. Emptying a vessel into another shifts contents and even shifts the shape of the contents based on the shape of the container. Each image offers insight into what it means to be in a learning relationship. In my experience, mentorship, something else happens in that process. In entering into a learning relationship, into a real process of accompaniment and accountability, both parties are transformed. The vulnerability and the access that mentorship requires opens everyone involved up to the possibility of change. Learner becomes teacher, teacher accesses new insight, things get thicker, and messy. The learning goes both ways. Learning relationships can be fraught. They can even be dangerous. Teachers can be very disappointing, and they can be harmful, and they can be reckless. Without rigorous accountability, power dynamics that exist between teachers and students can be damaging. And our human need for guidance and mentorship is real, but it is not always possible to do the learning or to find the teachers that we seek. We are in a time when those who have held positions of power as teachers and guides are being held accountable for sexual misconduct and harmful behavior. And we seekers are in a time of needing to imagine or to reimagine how we will get the support we need to do the learning and the growing that we aspire to in our lifetime. Let's breathe. Yeah. So as we imagine this act of leadership transmission between Moshe and Joshua, we must acknowledge that the chains of transmission that exist in Jewish community have too often been exclusive based on gender, on class, on race. The ways that Torah has been handed down and poured into each successive generation has perpetrated that exclusion, the exclusion of vast swaths of our community. The fact that some could access the rabbi's table and others could not needs to be spoken aloud, needs to be reckoned with collectively. We get to reimagine who our teachers are and how we access them. We get to make each other our teachers and give each other a mandate and imbue our honor, our trust, our authority in each other. So as Rabbi Joey and I embark in this new chapter of rabbinic life here at Shir Tikva, as we form a rabbinic team with Rabbi Stiefel and partner with our staff and our community, may we take inspiration from our parsha, and may we seek to trouble the model. May we open ourselves to learning from each other and from each of you. May this learning go in every direction wildly. May we take seriously our responsibility to be teachers of Torah, to embody the dignity and humility of Moshe, and may we know ourselves to be lifelong learners, open to new insight and possibility, ready to be disoriented and inspired, ready to learn. May we accept the challenge of this moment and support each other along the way. Shabbat Shalom. So as has become the tradition of our community, we are going to bless each other now using the words of our tradition and the words of our sages on Zoom. Thank you in advance, sages on Zoom. So the blessing of our community is found in number 3 in our indigo sheets, or number 17 in our online Siddur. Let's take a breath together as we cuddle into the people we've come with, if we wish, or we cuddle ourselves a little closer. I think a little hug of the self when we're getting ready for blessing is just the ticket. Hamalach hagoel oti, Hamalach hagoel oti mikol ra, yevarech et hanearim, v'karev ahem shemi, v'shem avotai, Avraham ve'Yitzchak, ve'yidgu larav, bekerev haaretz. Yisimchem Elohim kesara, kerivka, kerachel uchelea, kefraim uchimenashe. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha, Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yisem lecha shalom. Yalalai, yalalai, yalalai.
Yalai, yalalai, yalalai, yalalai. Ay, yalalai, yalalai, ay, yalalai, ay. May we give each other the space and time to be heard, to take pause and to be loved. May we hold each other up and hold each other close. May we all find the courage needed to take steps to fix the things we may have broken. May we be blessed with hitlamdut, a posture of learning from any and every source we encounter. They will bless us if we are open to the possibility. May we ask for the guidance we need. May we turn to each other to open the doors and lift us up. May we know no more sorrow. May we baste our burning aches with love, nurture, and care. May we be the person we needed when we were younger. May we be strong enough to support those who need it and brave enough to accept support ourselves. May we be given the space to breathe and rest and sing and heal. May we create a safe environment to learn from one another. May we have the courage to love what we can do and how we are. May we reach a time when women and all gendered people, no matter what gender, of every gender, beautiful, thank God, are treated as whole humans. Kain yehi ratzon, yalalai, 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 yalalai. Yasher Koach, sages of Zoom. I don't know about you, but there were some blessings in there that were exactly, every single one was exactly the blessing that we needed. Yasher Koach, and thank you so much. Let's take a breath and come back to this space, these spaces. Harry Adler says, the blessings send beams of energy everywhere, and he's right. Yasher Koach. Can we just take a moment, and if you're on Zoom, just beam love to each other. Little sweet faces in your sweet, sweet boxes. And if you're in space, if we can just take a moment and greet each other and just beam love to each other for a moment. Let's not forget that this is our minyan. And now everyone, this is going to be intense for Rabbi Joey, and I didn't ask his consent, but let's all of us look at Rabbi Joey and beam our love at him. Beams of energy. So as we move to seal our service, let's turn to page 284 or number 18 for Vahashivota. Please rise and body your spirit. Vahashivota el levavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim Vahashivota Ki Havaya Hi Elohim V'nemar V'haya Adonai Lemelech al kol Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo Echad. You may be seated. It is now time for Kadisha Tom, for Mourner's Kaddish, and it's the custom in our community to share stories of people that we're remembering, and we invite you please to share a sentence or two, a memory you have or a story, so we can remember your loved ones with you. And so I will read the names of those people who have died in the last month, and then the names of those who have died this time in years past, and then if you don't hear your loved one's name, I'm sorry. Please, when we've come to the end of the list, just raise your hand and I'll come to you and you can share their name and a story about them, okay? So we're in Shloshim for Molly Farrell McCarthy, Jerry Rosen, and Martha Brand's granddaughter.
Molly was a twin, 5.5 years old, and she never spent a night away from her sister except when she was in the hospital. While she was in the hospital, we'd often write her letters and include some money with the designation that her mom would go to the gift store that's in all hospitals to get her something. And whenever she sent her mom to the gift store, she would always have her mom get two. One for herself and one for her sister.
Earl Silber, Larry Silber's father, and Emily Silber and Naomi Silber's grandfather, and Phyllis Hiller, Carolyn Hiller's mother. And we observe the yahrzeits for Jean Behrman, Paul's mother, Daniel Cohen, Jessica's brother.
So Daniel died when I was a baby, and he was 5 of cancer. And so I didn't know him. I was 6 months old. But recently I've found a whole lot of old films in my mom's apartment, and I've been moving them onto digital so that we could watch them. And I've had a chance to sort of see him a little bit and get to know him a little bit.
Julius Kafnat, Faith Weiss's uncle, Sarah Donofsky, Bert's mother, Lawrence Falb, Roseanne Fish's father, and Roseanne, I see you on Zoom if you want to share a story in the chat. Scott Fetter, Wendy Henry's brother, and David Gilchrist, Tony Gilchrist's father-in-law.
Oh, it's been so long. My dad passed away, and no matter what I did, he didn't believe that I could do any wrong. I was his little girl, always.
Priscilla Goldman, Robert's mother, Nancy Guillaume, Dennis's mother, Howard Hansen, Pamela Goldman's father, Carmi Hollander, Judy Hollander's mother, Arlie Hork Booker, Deb Hork Bailey's sister.
There were 3 of us. We grew up just a few blocks from here. I'm the oldest. No matter what you do, I'm always the oldest. I'm the shortest. They were blonde and skinny. I'm not. They both had curly hair. I don't. But Arlie was the most incredible kid. And I can't tell you how odd it is that she went before me. We had just lost our mother. She wasn't feeling. She died of pancreatic cancer. And at the time, I had the most incredible feeling of ripped off and angry. But thank God she didn't suffer because she was active. She raised rivers. And she was by far the nicest of the 3 of us.
Jim Hurd, Janet Dorfman's brother, Henrietta Hyman, Tema Shankman's mother-in-law,
Bessie Kitsis, Ben Peiser's grandmother, Roz Kleeman, Nancy Kleeman's mother.
So Nancy is my stepmother, so Roz would be my step-grandmother, who I did not know very well at all, but I know her by two remarkable associations. First, her first husband was killed in World War II in the late months, and she went on to make a amazing life with her second husband, which I think takes great courage. And she raised a phenomenal daughter, my stepmom Nancy, who is not only an amazing wife to my dad in his last hours and days now, but also is starting her third decade of living with Parkinson's, and there's and a good life. And so there's no question where she got that energy and pugnaciousness and stubbornness. So I think of you, Roz.
It's okay. Ray Kramer, Joel's mother, Selma Leibel, Rona's mother, Larry Levy, Carolyn's father, Richard Mann, Tracy's father, Theodora Schulman, Barbara's mother, Max Silverstein, Debbie's father, Roberta Diane Stock, Cookie Montgomery's cousin, Angeline Stout, Emma's grandmother, Laura Tanz, Mark Tanz's wife and beloved member of Shir Tikva, Ricky Weiss, David Weiss's wife and Ben Weiss's mother and beloved member of Shir Tikva, and Sarah Zoffer, Gail's grandmother. Are there other beloveds that you're remembering? Here I come.
It's the 9th yard site of my Uncle Michael Cronin's passing, and I didn't get to know him very well, which I'm sad about. But he, like my mom, was an artist, and like me. And what I always enjoyed knowing about him was my father, who's an engineer, who has no interest in art. My mother went on a study abroad to Italy, and my uncle, who is my father's brother, went with her. And they apparently had a grand old time in Italy together. And I still haven't heard all the stories, so I miss him a lot.
My grandfather, Richard Parmet, recently passed away, and I definitely miss him a lot. And a story about him is he always knew how to really go at his own pace and like move very slowly, like in the best way possible. And he would like sit at the table and be chewing his food and really going at his own pace. And my grandma is kind of like a little, come on, like go, faster. And I definitely inherited that same, like, really go at my own pace. And as a kid, it was always like, oh, Neil, you chew your food just like you're Zadie. You're taking so long to put your shoes on just like you're Zadie. And so I, definitely cherish, sometimes it is like, come on, hurry up. But I definitely, really cherish that I can sort of take my own pace and slow down, just like my Zadie.
This is very close to the Yazrach of Abby's granddad, Grandpa Sam, who unfortunately she never had a chance to know. He was an immigrant, and he took care of his brothers and sisters and took care of their children, and the family rose. He also took wonderful care of me. I could tell many funny stories about him, but the only one I will tell is he never liked his name growing up, which was Isaiah. So he decided to call himself Sam. Unfortunately, his junior brother was named Samson. That didn't bother my dad at all. He said, "You're going to call yourself Archie from now on, and I am now Sam." And they remained very, very close. And my father's brother became a wonderful rabbi. And yes, my dad wanted an interesting life, and he had one.
And I think Abby talked about her other grandfather last week, so I won't go on and on, but it's a month of a number of yard sites in our family, and my dad did know Abby very well and loved her so much and loved celebrating many simchas with her and was so proud of her. And I also lost my sisters right around this time, quite a few years ago, who also both loved Abby so much. Unfortunately, didn't get to meet Joe, although my dad did and loved him very much.
Loved him very much, yes.
And so one of my sisters made Abby her first birthday cake, and the other one was famous for always sending 8 presents every year for Hanukkah.
May their memories be a blessing. Let's turn, please, together to page 294, Rise in Body and Spirit, for Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam u'omei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shmei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'yimru Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'yimru Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring comfort to all those who mourn. Let us say together, Amen. You may be seated. It's my joy to invite our co-president, Amy Funk, to join us here on the Bima for some announcements. Welcome.
Shabbat Shalom. At the end of services, please return the prayer books to the usher table over in the corner, and if you could pull out your periwinkle insert. I would be very appreciative. Find all of our Shir Tikva programming updates in our weekly e-news. If you don't currently receive our emails, you can sign up on the homepage of our website. Join us for the next Song Circle on 7/23 at 2 p.m. Whether you long for thick harmony, is thick harmony a good thing? I've not heard that before. Want to learn or teach new music, or just to lift your voice with others for the sheer joy of it, the Song Circle is for you. Come join us as we share a sweet song outside the front doors of Shir Tikva. Weather permitting, we will find cover if the weather has other intentions. All are welcome. Join JCA and the rest of the Unrestrict Minnesota Coalition this Sunday, July 17th, for Our Future, March for Abortion Access, 11 a.m. starting at St. Paul College. It's fitting that the march falls within the Jewish calendar on the 17th of Tammuz, a day of lamentation that commemorates tragedies throughout Jewish history: the destruction of the tablets of law given to Moses at Sinai, and the Romans' breach of the walls of Jerusalem. We add the Supreme Court's destruction of nearly 50 years of precedent to these lamentations. If you want to kibitz with new friends that you made tonight, or old friends, we're still asking that people do that outside, so we would appreciate that. And now Rondi, the amazing co-chair of our caring community, has an announcement.
Thanks. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, we at the caring community like to think that we're the people who hold each other up, but sometimes we need help. So I am appealing to you tonight with 2 requests. One is for drivers, for congregants who would like to come to services but need a ride. If you could do that even once in a while, you don't need to commit to every week, and drivers will be geographically paired with people who need rides. And the other is a request for a congregant who needs sustained support by way of nourishment and rides to doctor appointments. So if you can provide a meal, that would be wonderful. And if you can cook but can't deliver it, you can contact me, and I and one of the volunteers would pick it up and deliver it to our congregant. The links for these, you can either see Jenny and me after services, outside of course, and Jenny has the smartphone who will give you the links. Harry is posting these in the chat and on YouTube even as we speak. And the links will also be in Monday e-news. So thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much to Amy. Thank you so much, Rondi, and to Caroline and the whole Caring Community Committee. Thank you, Rachel and Mindy, for your tender, tender playing, beautiful leadership of prayer. Thank you. Thank you so much to Gordon over there behind the curtains, the wizard who is keeping us all connected. Thank you so much to Serene and to Jacob for holding us, and to Jeremy for holding us and protecting our space. And welcome. Thank you to Julie Jacobs and to Isabella for helping us come into this space with so much love. Thank you so much to David Bailey for baking our challah, and Mazal Tov to David and Mazal Tov to Jason on officially entering the Jewish community, though you've been in Jewish community for a really long time. Welcome officially this week. Hooray, hooray for the Jews is all I want to say.
Go Jews!
Go Jews! That's going to be now on YouTube forever, is me saying that. And welcome to Rabbi Joey. We are so glad to have you here. Shall we seal in song in thick harmony? Let's prove to Amy Funk that thick harmony is a good thing, shall we?
Okay.
I'll tell you where you can find the words. Page 11, if you're in Mishkan Tefillah, number 22 on the online Siddur. Shabbat Shalom.
Okay.
Ki yishmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Ki yishmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Oti
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Oh, we're not done. There are blessings to be said.
More blessings.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu ושבת קודשו ואהבה ורצון הנחיל לנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת עם כל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים
לחיים.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם המוציא לחם מן הארץ בתיאבון. Shabbat shalom. Thank you, Jenny. Looking out for us. Ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey, thank you.
Yay. All right.
I love your pride. Rainbow.